Dear honorable judges and audiences, this is the Prime Minister of the House. This House would pay morbidly obese people to lose weight. Before start, the Speaker will declare the definitions of morbidly obese people. Morbidly obese people refer to those who are severely obese and they have 100 pounds over their ideal body weight and have a BMI or body mass index of 40 or higher. In other words, the government would give a financial incentive to those people who have 100 pounds over their ideal body weight and have a BMI of 40 or higher to lose their weight. In our society, we know that morbid obesity is not only just an appearance issue, it also related to a serious health conditions. Those who are morbidly obese are at greater risk for illnesses. Not only that, sometimes it also related to psychological problems and economical problems, and that's why the government would pay morbidly obese people to lose their weight. It is very important to take steps to tackle morbid obesity because, as well as causing obvious physical changes, it can lead to a number of serious and potentially life-threatening conditions. Morbid obesity is a common and serious condition that affect around 42% of adults in the United States. Morbid obesity can increase your risk. Morbid obesity can increase your risk of physical health conditions such as type 2 diabetes, heart attack, stroke, and certain cancers. It can also put you at greater risk of severe complications if you develop COVID-19, the disease caused by the coronavirus. Mohammed Nakasbandi et al. In the International Journal of Obesity revealed that patients with overweight and obesity who have COVID-19 are at increased risk for mortality and intubations compared to those with normal BMI. These findings support the hypothesis that obesity is a risk factor for COVID-19 complications and should be a consideration in management of COVID-19. Paying morbidly obese people to lose weight is one way that the government can do to protect them from various greater risks of illnesses. In addition to physical health problems, obesity is also linked to an increased risk of mental health disorders or psychological problems. Obesity may cause depressions. Depression is a mood disorder that involves sadness, loss of interest in activities or hobbies, and negative feelings about oneself. Studies on the relationship between depression and obesity have found that in some cases having depression can lead to obesity and vice versa. An analysis of 17 cross-sectional studies found that people who were obese were more likely to have depression than people with healthy weight. New evidence confirms that the relationship between obesity and depressions may be a two-way street. A meta-analysis of 50 long-term studies that follow 58,000 participants for up to 28 years found that people who were obese at the start of the study had 55% higher risk of developing depressions by the end of the follow-up period. And people who had depressions at the start of the study had a 58% higher risk of becoming obese. Mental health is very important for everyone, so that's why paying morbidly obese people to lose their weight is also important. Obesity causes economic burden. Obesity and its associated health problems have a significant economic impact on the U.S. healthcare system, including direct and indirect costs. Direct medical costs may include diagnostic and treatment services. Indirect costs relate to sickness and death and include lost productivity. Productivity measures include employees being absent from work for obesity-related health reasons, decreased productivity while at work, and premature death and disability. Obesity-related medical care costs in the United States in 2008 were an estimated $147 billion. Annual nationwide productivity costs of obesity-related absenteeism range between $3.38 billion or $79 per obese individual and $6.30 billion or $132 per individual with obesity. Pay morbidly obese people to lose their weight is a prevention key to prevention key to trimming this obesity high cost. Once again, paying morbidly obese people to lose their weight is a prevention key to trimming this obesity's high cost. For all of these reasons, physical health reasons, mental health reasons, and economic reasons, paying morbidly obese people to lose their weight is important.